It's an authentic one. We got a lot when we built the ELV, and we've got them around. They're around the schools, so you can buy copy ones, but these were real ones. And when I put up there, I'm here just to talk to you a little bit about what Australia Day means to me, and my family, and then also what we're doing when we're having our Australian community and our International Community Day today. So, I was born in Australia a long, long time ago, and I lived in Australia till I was 24. So I went to primary school, I went to secondary school, and I went to university in Australia. But then I left Australia for 1 year, and I haven't gone back to live in Australia for 34 years. So I've lived outside of Australia longer than I've lived in Australia. Do you understand? Because I've just been travelling all over the world. But I still call myself Australian because I was born there, my family are there, and I really identify with the culture there. So in all these different countries I've been in, on the 26th of January, we've been having days like today, where we think about what is it to be Australian, and here at AIS we're thinking about what it is to be our community. So at home, my friends and family, they have a day off today, a public holiday, and they're getting together, they're doing lots of family things. There are also big awards given out on this day. So people who have done really good things in their community, they get awards from the government. So they get prizes. So let me tell you one. My nephew's called Cody Schaefer, and he's an Indigenous man, he's an Aboriginal man. He created this charity to look after teenagers who were having some problems, who were a bit sad, who couldn't quite fit in. He created a whole charity, so the government gave him an Order of Australia medal, so an OAM. Not many people get them, but because he did all this work for the community, on this day, today, he's getting presented his Order of Australia medal. So he gets a medal, and it shows that he's done so much for the community. So he's an Indigenous man. So he's Aboriginal. So he's my nephew. So he had a whole different thinking about Australia and Australia Day. Like, he loves being Australian, and he loves what Australia means for everyone. But for him and his culture, it's a little bit different as well, because the Indigenous people were in Australia tens of thousands and thousands of years before anyone else came. And so that's why I've got on here, what's my jacket? Australia. It's an Australia flag. So it's an actual flag. So when I was living in China, our school, we had a tailor. So they made me this jacket. And it's really nice, and I only really wear it a couple of times. It's a little bit icky out in the weather because it's only plastic. But underneath, I wore this shirt, which is a shirt from NAIDOC Week. So it's a week they have in Australia where they celebrate Aboriginal, Indigenous, Torres Strait Island culture. So my brother is a school principal in Australia. So he sent me this shirt, and it's got the wonderful Indigenous designs on it. So in Australia, we learn lots about the Indigenous culture as well. So on Australia Day, it's one of those days where we want to, what's it like to be in Australia? But we also have to think about all those years ago, what's the impact on everyone in our family, everyone in our country? So I thought I'd bring these ones so you can see the designs, as these are some of the traditional painting designs, and they often tell a story, and they have really significant impact for the culture and for the groups. Part of that also is, what do we call this? A didgeridoo. So this one, often used in ceremonies and still used in ceremonies by Indigenous people to tell stories, to communicate with their beliefs around spirits and things, so all their internal beliefs, and to celebrate, to come together and celebrate together. So this is one of the key musical instruments. They also have the clapping sticks as well, and they sound really, really good. So this is made out of one piece of wood. And this one's been decorated with the painting. So you can see it's not straight, is it? And so it's all wood, and it's all bendy in all different straights. This has got different designs which come from different stories, Dreamtime stories, which are indigenous ways to say how the world was created or how things happen. So I can't play this, but I can make a sound, okay? Yeah? So just a sound. So everyone could probably make a sound from it. And traditionally it was just the men who played the didgeridoos. Ladies weren't allowed to play.
Why?
Because that was part of their culture. As the culture has evolved over time, there are some ladies who play it now, but traditionally for like a corroboree where everyone comes together to celebrate, it was just the men. So on the top, you can see this white stuff?
Yeah.
That's beeswax. So beeswax to make it a little bit easier and a little bit sound. Right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Remember, can I play the didgeridoo?
Yeah.
What can I do?
Make a sound.
Thank you. Make a sound, right. I hope I make a sound. I'll just cross my fingers. Ready? Is it high or low?
Low.
It is low. I don't know if I can make it go higher. Will I try?
Yeah.
So when we've got a brass, like a trumpet, you can just change your lips a little bit and make it go a little bit higher. Let's go. And you can hear it sort of vibrating down. There are some people who can play these incredible. So for me, Australia Day is a day where I remember my family and my friends back in Australia. If I'm living in another country, like when I was living in Brazil, we got together with some Brazilian people and some Australian people, and we all got together for the day and we just talked about our country and remembered what it was like. Same when we were in China, we had a big group of people come together. We played a game of cricket, but then we also then talked about what we loved about Australia and how everyone is together in Australia. And that's what we really want everyone. A bit like our school, isn't it? We all come from different places, but we're all at AIS.
Because it's an international school, and international means that other people, like other countries, can come to the school.
Exactly right. That's such a good. What a good example. That's better than I could say. So we're an international school, so people from all over the world come here together, but we're still AIS. A bit like Australia, the indigenous people were there and they owned the land in the beginning, and they were really connected to the land. Then people came from all over the world, and we're all Australian. Gee, that was a good. Give me a high five. That was much better than I could explain it.